When my boyfriend cancelled our 3-year anniversary dinner for a crucial work meeting, I thought my heart would break, but when I discovered the real reason behind his lies, I didn't just get even, I got promoted. Sometimes the best revenge is served at a 5-star restaurant. Hey everyone, if you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, completely smash that like button. Because this story is going to take you on a roller coaster. You'll never forget 3 years. 3 whole years of my life I'd given to Trevor. And tonight was supposed to be the night we celebrated everything we'd built together. I remember standing in front of my bedroom mirror that evening, smoothing down the emerald green dress I'd bought specifically for this moment. It was the same shade as the earrings he'd given me for my birthday last year, back when he still remembered what mattered to me. My reflection stared back, eyes bright with anticipation, completely oblivious to the devastation that was about to unfold. I'd spent weeks planning this anniversary dinner. Not just any dinner, mind you, but a reservation at Lumiere, the kind of place where you need to book 3 months in advance, and where a single appetizer costs more than most people's grocery budget. But Trevor was worth it, at least I thought he was. I'd even splurged on a custom watch engraved with our anniversary date, something I'd been saving for since Christmas. The little velvet box sat, perfectly wrapped on my dresser, waiting to surprise the man I thought I'd marry someday. The phone rang at exactly 6:30, just as I was applying the final touch of lipstick. Trevor's name flashed across the screen, and I answered with the kind of breathless excitement that now makes me cringe. Hey babe. I'm almost ready to leave. Should I meet you at the restaurant or Cassie? Listen, I have some bad news. His voice carried that apologetic tone I'd heard too many times before, the one that always preceded another cancelled plan, another broken promise. But tonight was supposed to be different. I can't make dinner. There's this emergency client meeting that just came up, and you know how important this Henderson account is for my career. The lipstick tube slipped from my fingers, clattering against the hardwood floor. Trevor, it's our anniversary. We've had this reservation for months. I tried to keep the desperation out of my voice, but I could hear it creeping in anyway. Can't someone else handle it? Just this once. Baby, you know. I would if I could, but this is huge for me. Mr. Hayes specifically requested I handle this personally. This could be the promotion I've been working toward. You understand, right? We can celebrate tomorrow. I promise tomorrow. Always tomorrow with Trevor. Tomorrow we talk about moving in together. Tomorrow we'd discuss our future. Tomorrow he'd prioritize us over his endless ambitions. I stared at my reflection again, but this time all I saw was a woman who'd been making excuses for a man who clearly didn't value her the way she valued him. How long will the meeting last? I asked, already knowing I was fighting a losing battle. Could be late, you know how these corporate guys are. But hey, order yourself something nice from that Thai place you love. Put on a movie and I'll make this up to you big time. Maybe we can do something even better this weekend. Even better, as if anything could be better than celebrating the 3 years we'd spent building what I thought was the foundation of our future. I hung up without saying goodbye, something I'd never done before. In our entire relationship, the silence in my apartment felt deafening, broken only by the sound of my own ragged breathing as reality crashed over me like ice water. There I was, dressed to perfection for a night that would never happen, holding a gift for a man who'd just proven exactly where I ranked in his list of priorities. The expensive dress suddenly felt like a costume for a play I was no longer interested in performing. I caught sight of the wrapped watch again and felt something inside me crack. Not break entirely, not yet. But definitely crack. I should have been angry. I should have been screaming or throwing things or calling my best friend to vent about what an inconsiderate jerk my boyfriend was. Instead, I felt something much worse. A hollow, familiar disappointment that told me this wasn't really a surprise. Deep down, I'd been expecting this. Maybe not tonight specifically, but someday. Trevor had been showing me who he was for months, and I'd been too in love to pay attention. You know that feeling when you're absolutely certain something doesn't add up, but you can't quite put your finger on what's wrong. That's exactly where I found myself. 30 minutes after Trevor's phone call, I'd changed out of my dress and into jeans. But I couldn't shake the nagging voice in my head that kept whispering, Emergency meeting at 7 p.m. on a Friday. The more I thought about it, the more it stank so. I did what any woman with a functioning brain would do. I grabbed my keys and drove to his office building downtown. If Trevor was really sacrificing our anniversary for his precious career, then the least I could do was bring him some coffee and show him what a supportive girlfriend looked like. Maybe even guilt him a little bit in the process. The parking garage was practically empty when I arrived, which should have been my first red flag. I made my way up to the 15th floor, where Trevor's company occupied half the building, armed with his favorite latte and what I thought was righteous purpose. But when the elevator doors opened, I stepped into complete darkness. Not a single light was on, no humming computers, no janitor's cart, nothing. I stood there for a full minute, telling myself there had to be an explanation. Maybe they were meeting in a different building. Maybe they'd moved to a restaurant 4